I'm just going to give you a overview of possibly the 10 best features of Edmodo that classroom teachers can benefit from. I'm just going to give you a brief overview of some of the key features of Edmodo for the classroom teacher. One of the main features, I think, is the ability for Edmodo to reduce classroom administration time for the teacher. We know that teachers are under a lot of pressure, which can distract them from their delivery of lessons and learning materials. Edmodo, through the use of assignments, polls, quiz questions, can really help efficiently reduce that administration time. Also, the use of the library can be a great feature where resources are recycled and modified over various years. The other feature, I think, reducing classroom administration time is the ability for the teachers to support each other through collaboration in the classroom by answering each other questions instead of those questions always being directed at the teacher. One of the other ones I think is an important one is the modelling of appropriate use of social media, because the teacher is part of this journey for the children. So before the children venture into that world, they have a guide by the side who helps model the appropriate use of social media and using correct language and correct ways to respond. Edmodo is that forum whereby the teacher can assist the kids making the right decisions here. Edmodo is cross-platform, so whether it's PC, Mac, tablet, it's essentially device agnostic. So I like that ability for the kids at any school, anywhere, whether it's even on a phone, they can access the content and dialogue on their groups through basically an ongoing transcript. So that agnostic nature really helps cast the net wide about which children can use it and which teachers can use it essentially 24/7 as long as we've got a wireless connection. The move to go paperless, as well as a great environmental reason, can be very efficient because documents can be easily duplicated at no cost, and parents can have copies, teachers can have copies of work, children can have copies of work, and therefore it can be a lot more efficient and economical to be paperless, and Edmodo supports that. I like the idea that Edmodo facilitates active learning, so it encourages the children to be engaged and be responsible for their own learning as they have accountability through deadlines and timelines, but also through the exploration through media, images and the web and the like. The flipped learning response it comes from the ability to access content at home as well as as well as in the classroom. So encouraging children really to take some responsibility to get some learning done at home prior to the entry to the classroom. The analytics is one of the new features that's evolving very quickly in learning spaces, and Edmodo has harnessed that very well, where we can track through things like badges and marking keys in the graded section, and those analytics help really keep the kids and the teacher on track and address any needs of weakness that needs extra work. So those analytics and that feedback becomes essential in guiding the teacher from one, I suppose, from one curriculum topic to the other, how much time to spend on it. One of the weakest links sometimes with education is, what's happening at home. And so the parental app and the parental involvement through parental codes is a great thing to draw the parents into that conversation with their child and with the teacher about what's going on. It's really a leverage point for discussion about what's going on in the classroom and that feedback, so the parents can take an active role. So really a key part of the triangle between the child, the teacher / the school, and the family life with the parents. One of the toughest things in teaching is providing immediacy and feedback, because we might have up to 30 children or more in a classroom, and we know that one of the key aspects in learning is feedback quickly and often to help guide the child with their learning. So Edmodo addresses this really well by, I suppose, in assignments or responses that really help that process of learning. And the last thing too is the facilitation of collaboration. So, the facilitation of collaboration is a key one for the kids. Sometimes it's hard to develop collaboration, but this really provides a great and accountable forum for children to support each other and get along, which is one of the key aspects we know of future employees are looking for, the ability for children to work together. So overall, they were my 10 points. We started with reducing classroom administration and then modelling social media. We know Edmodo is device agnostic. It assists the classroom to go paperless, facilitates active learning, engages flipped learning, provides analytics to help guide future teaching, and also draws the parent in for helping support their child at home, the immediacy of feedback, and finally the facilitation of collaboration with children in the classroom. So 10 features, not restricted to 10, but not a bad starting point.